In the 1800s, Gregor Mendel came up with his basic rules of inheritance. There were dominant and recessive alleles that coded for a specific trait, and then the trait with the most dominant alleles would be expressed. However, not all inheritance patterns follow Mendel's basic rules. Exhibit A, the albino squirrel. He and his wife, the brown squirrel, are both homozygous to their respective fur color traits. If the albino squirrel and the brown squirrel have offspring that have both of their fur colors expressed, this would be codominance. Codominance is where both alleles that contribute to the phenotype are both expressed in heterozygous offspring. However, if the albino squirrel and the brown squirrel have light brown squirrel offspring, the light brown squirrel would be exhibiting incomplete dominance. This is when heterozygous offspring display an intermediate phenotype between the phenotypes of the parents. There are some genes that can be the product of more than two alleles. This is known as multiple allelism, and if squirrels had the same type of blood as humans do, this can be shown through blood type. There are three different alleles that code for blood type: A, B, and O. These can combine to form the possible blood types A, B, O, and AB. The albino squirrel has O blood, which means that his blood type is the result of two O alleles. Some traits are the result of not only multiple alleles, but multiple genes working together. This is polygenic inheritance. Fur color can be an example of polygenic inheritance, where having more genes code for the fur color trait leads to a greater variety of fur color possibilities and a wider spectrum of fur color. One type of polygenic inheritance is known as quantitative traits, and this is when a polygenic trait has alleles from different genes that add up together for a phenotype that can be anything within a wide range of values. An example of this is squirrel height, where the albino squirrel is taller than his brown squirrel wife because his alleles that code for height add up to a greater height than his wife's alleles. When the phenotypes expressed are influenced by their environment, this is known as gene-by-environment interactions. Fur length is an example of this. Squirrels in colder environments tend to have longer fur, and squirrels in warmer environments tend to have shorter fur. While the squirrels do have different fur lengths coded into their genes, the temperature of their environment can influence the extent to which this gene is expressed. Regardless of how complicated the albino squirrel's patterns of inheritance are, he still lived a simple and happy life on Georgia Tech's campus.